Hello, I'm Anne. Today I will like to you talk about the impact of globalization in my countries. My presentation has three parts. Firstly, I will introduce what is globalization, and secondly, I will discuss globalization, what aspect like advantages or disadvantages. And secondly, I will conclusion and give you my opinions. Let's begin. Globalization are cooperation and competition between the different countries and different areas, like politics, economic, culture, and sports. And then it can bring a lot of disadvantages and advantages impact our life in my country. Let's let's move on. Firstly, the globalization have a number of advantages impact our countries. For example, it can reach our mind, broaden our horizons, because our country import plenty of knowledge, of good aspect, education, technologies, and finance from other countries. And in recent years, the globalization become more and more population, and through the ways we can gain some knowledges, what we need. And secondly, the globalization could increase the number of opportunity to get jobs. Because the Chinese culture will appear for a lot of foreigners come to China, and so it will need a lot of our country's people, of professional and introduce our country cultures and some Chinese words, and so it need a lot of professional job to introduce our country cultures to for the foreigners. And in additional, with the increased number of foreigners come to China, they need to live in China, so it need a lot of service industry development better, like restaurant, hotels. However, even if the globalization brings a lot of advantages in our countries, but it will bring a lot of disadvantages impact our country, such as it will waste too much money and too much time to build some restaurants and hotels, become and make our country become more and more crowded, such as traffic jams, and when we need to do some things, we need to line our line. So in conclusion, in my opinion, the globalization have disadvantages and advantages. That's my presentation. Thank you for listening.